I did not think that I would be making this video for a while, but I think I got really lucky. So JJ and I have been trying for a baby since just after the wedding. It is currently April 5th, and I took a test last night, and I took a test this morning just to be sure, you know, like kind of freaking out a little bit, but I'll show you guys. You can't super duper see it. Man, I'm so lucky this camera's on a gimbal because I'm shaking so bad. It's very faint. I think I'm pregnant. This is the first time I'm saying it out loud. First of all, like, this is insane. Hey, sorry that this is actually so late. I don't have any super fun footage or anything, but I am in fact pregnant. I just, like, this is editing Alex as well as like current Alex watching back the footage that you guys just saw, and it's been really crazy. I am essentially into my second trimester now, so I have a lot to talk about. We'll try to make it as quick as possible just because I know this isn't my normal content, but I am so excited. Figured I'd give you guys kind of an update as to why I have been canceling streams, why I've been feeling like crap, etc, just to give you some explanation and why I look like this right now as to versus the last footage where I looked a little bit more alive. Okay. Yeah, so I will be 14 weeks in 2 days. As of today, I am 13 weeks and 5 days. So we found out really early. We found out when I was like 2.5 weeks. That's literally it. Our very first one, it's that little guy right there. I'll throw up a bigger picture so you guys can see. But we found out at like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. Yeah. Found out really early, and so it feels like it has been forever, and also a very short amount of time at the same time. We didn't have our next appointment until about 6 weeks, but I did finally get like a really positive one. I'll put up the picture the day that I found this one. Absolutely insane. I've always known that I wanted kids, just teetering on the when. I don't know. I'm still really nervous about it. But we ended up getting our 6-week appointment, and I don't have a picture for this one. I have it in an app, and I just haven't downloaded it to my phone yet because this is the best part, the physical, like, actual ultrasound. But baby has a really strong heartbeat at 6 weeks. It's just a tiny little bean. I think at that point, less than a centimeter. Baby was like less than a centimeter. But I think just after 6 weeks, I can actually check. Yeah, I filmed at the beginning of April for you guys, and by the end of the month, I was feeling extremely nauseous. So by the time this bad boy came around, I was not having a good time. It has been really rough trying to eat Yeah, that's been most of my symptoms have just been nausea or extreme food aversions at this point. By 8 weeks, thankfully, I was able to get put on some medication. I believe that's around the time I got put on my medication. I think that's when I got put on my medication, which is specifically just for nausea, which also has really, really helped with sleep because a lot of women deal with insomnia. I haven't had that problem. I've been sleeping like a freaking rock. Like a freaking rock. It's been amazing the amount that I have been sleeping every day. From like 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. is about like when I'm sleeping, so I'm getting like 12 hours a night. I'm doing great on that front. But the food aversions have made it really, really hard to want to work and like do YouTube things because it is just a constant battle with trying to keep my body healthy. I have lost 3 kilograms, which is about 6-7 pounds in like Western American terms. My doctor was really worried about that. Yeah, here we go. By 8 weeks, baby was still really, really, really strong, and we had, where is it? This one came with receipts. This one was really funny. That's baby's hand. Baby was waving. Yeah, so at that time, I had finally gotten put on my medication, and it worked wonders. It was just one of those things that I had a hard time adjusting to, because the medication also had antihistamines in it, which means I was like, for the first 2 or 3 days that I was on the medication, I felt like I was tripping balls. I was like high as hell, could not walk around, but I eventually got adjusted to them because of the antihistamines. I'm getting better. I feel a lot better at 13 weeks now than I did at the very beginning. And just kind of putting it up to our most recent appointment, which was our 12-week appointment. I'll talk a little bit more about the like doctor's appointments after I can't get over it. Look at this. That's like, baby's like 3 inches now. I think currently, as of today, baby's the size of a lemon. Baby still looks like an alien and has a big head, but baby's the size of a lemon. But because I had been losing so much weight, I'm sorry that I am everywhere. Here's another symptom, is the brain fog, and like the mom brain is so real. I am all over the place. But at our 12-week appointment, that's when you have your like Down syndrome tests and a couple of other things. We had a really, really expensive blood test so that we could get tested for a bunch of different things. But we got tested for Down syndrome, Edwards syndrome, Patau syndrome, Turner, XXX, Klinefelter, Jacobs, and like 3 other things that didn't have like a full name to them. But we had a blood test to test for all of those. We haven't gotten our results back, but the 12-week test as well, they will try to look for like a little, like it's amount of fluid, essentially, that is in baby's neck, kind of, that can attest to whether they might have Down syndrome or not, which my baby had tested negative for. There wasn't enough fluid in the neck for that, but thankfully we still have like blood tests and stuff to get results back. But it took like 3 or 4 ultrasounds to get baby to sit still properly for my doctor to even check, because at 12 weeks, 13 weeks now, apparently my baby is moving a ton. Like, just a ton. Even when we were like seeing the videos, it was, my doctor was laughing. She was laughing because it was just so hard for her to get a good look. So we'd have to stop, wait for a little bit, look around some more, stop, wait for a little bit, and then look around some more. It took us like 3 or 4 tries to actually be able to get like a good look at baby's neck. As well, that day, I had my first IV. Because I had lost so much weight, my doctor was a little bit worried about me that I'm not getting like enough nutrition at this point. So pumped me full of vitamins and stuff, which was absolutely terrifying. Despite all of like the tattoos that I have at this point, I really do not like needles, and I've gone through a bunch of blood tests already. Like, I think I've definitely had like upwards of 6 blood tests at this point, which is fine. I don't gotta look at it, but I've never had an IV in my life. And having the IV was hilarious because when you get your blood test done, like they can't stick an IV in that same arm because it's already been needled. So she wanted to stick it in my hand, and I felt so bad for her because I flipped out. I was like, and she kind of like, she giggled at me. It was really funny. So we ended up putting it in my left arm, which was fine. Wasn't actually as bad as I thought, but like, you get really cold. Like, the liquid was really cold and my arm was like, I don't know. We're gonna not talk about the IV, but currently I am 13 weeks and 5 days. I'm almost hitting the 2nd trimester. And I'm feeling really, really, really good. I think the past 2 or 3 days, I've not had like almost any nausea at all. We're still having some food aversions, which means even if like I've liked this food for a while, my body sometimes will just be like, no, that's disgusting. We're not doing that today. Like, I couldn't really eat dinner last night because the lasagna that I ordered, that I've definitely eaten before and loved, tasted absolutely awful. I've not really been having a ton of other symptoms besides the nausea and the food aversions, which is absolutely great. My blood tests have come back pretty normal besides high cholesterol. I knew that was going to happen. Baby wants me to eat 6 bags of salt and vinegar chips. I will listen to baby. But yeah, I think that's about it for all of my first trimester stuff. The rest of our appointments were super, super normal. I think the next big appointment that I've got coming up would be like the glucose test, which isn't until like 20-something weeks. So everything's pretty smooth sailing from here on out so far. So I just want to say I appreciate you guys sticking around so much, especially through all of my wishy-washiness with streams and like not being able to edit videos. But hopefully now that I'm feeling better, I can get around to doing more, especially now that I'm bringing this to you guys. I love you all very, very, very much. And if you have any questions or comments, like, leave them down below for me. I'd love to answer. I'm sure I'm missing things, but I kind of just really wanted to push this video out for you guys because I've been wanting to tell you. My family knows, well, everybody on like Facebook knows, all my friends know, that it's time for you guys to know. So yeah, I've got a couple more like little videos of like me calling and telling people that I'll be posting eventually. But I think that's all for now. I will see you guys at the next stream or the next video. I love you all very, very much, and I appreciate all of your support so far. And I will update you whenever trimester 2 is over. So I'll see you then. Bye.